Okay, let's finish off our look at the Listbox action examples by extending our project. I'm going to double click on my Listbox, and in the onSelect event I'm going to click on Add Action, and I'm going to go ahead and choose from the Listbox category the Get Selected action. This is going to create a table named Result that's going to tell me which items are selected. In this case we don't have multi-select activated, so it's only going to be one item. So we'll know we'll access that as the first item of that table. So here we'll go and add another action and choose Listbox Get Item Text, and in the index field we're going to type result and then the index of 1 because we know it's going to be our first object in that table, and then we'll change our variable to my text just to keep it straight. We'll press finish, and now we're going to take that text and put it into our input object. So I'll click on Add Action, and then I'll choose Input Set Text, and I'll just simply type the name of my variable into the text field and press finish. Okay, so we've extended this object, so now that as we select items here from this list box, they're going to appear in our input object. So I'm going to press F5 here to preview this, and we'll get a feel for this. And this basically demonstrates how you can basically interact with the user as they input their selection here. Okay, so this makes your list truly interactive. And of course our buttons are still active, so if we select something here and press Add Item, it will add it again to our list. If we select it and press Delete Item, and of course it'll delete it. And we can again still add new items to our list, and we can delete old items as well as new items. Okay, so that adds some functionality, some user interactivity. I'm going to go ahead and close that down, and we'll finish up this tutorial by taking a look at the remaining actions. I'm just going to double click to get into the actions area here and choose Listbox. Now we've looked at some of these actions like Add Item, Delete Item. We've created these examples together doing that. Get Item Text, Get Selected, and so forth. These are the basics of dealing with the list box. For example, finding out which item is selected and so forth. And by using the different events that are available, such as onSelect, double click, and so forth, you can create really high-level functionality with these list box items. What I do encourage you to do is go through these and basically play with them, experiment, and see what each one of them does. As you can see, some of them are pretty obvious, like Get Position and Set Position, which we've worked with across all the objects, and some of them are less obvious, such as Get Selected Count. Now, I'll quickly explain that. If you have multi-select activated, that will tell you how many items are selected at a given time. So there's various actions like that I encourage you to go through and actually play around with. Set item data, set item text. We didn't even experiment with item data here, but it's basically the same principle as setting the item text or getting the item text as we did here. So go ahead and play with the remaining 3 or 4 actions that we didn't look at. Download those sample projects from autorun.org, and of course if you have any questions left, join us in the forum anytime. Let's move on to the next chapter.